In the far north, where the sun disappears for months and the mountains pierce the sky like the teeth of ancient giants, there lies a land of breathtaking beauty and chilling secrets. A land where the line between the living and the dead is blurred by folklore, and where the very air is thick with the presence of creatures that should not exist. Welcome to Norway. For the outsider, this is not just a country of Vikings and fjords. It is a realm where witches ride brooms on Christmas Eve, where ghosts guard ancient boundary stones, and where a simple knock on wood could save your soul. In this episode of Stranger Customs, we will explore 5 of the most bizarre, terrifying, and deeply ingrained beliefs of the Norwegian people. From the wild hunt to the hidden folk of the forest, prepare yourself for the strange customs of Norway. Imagine it is Christmas Eve. While families around the world are wrapping presents and preparing feasts, in Norway, households are frantically gathering every broom, brush, and mop in the house. They are not trying to avoid holiday cleaning, they are protecting their homes from witches. This bizarre tradition stems from ancient Norwegian folklore, which holds that Christmas Eve is the night when witches and evil spirits emerge from hiding to cause mischief. According to old superstitions, these malevolent beings would roam the countryside, searching for brooms to steal and using them as their preferred mode of transportation. The logic was simple. No broom means no witch transportation, which means your household stays safe. This custom may be connected to an even more dramatic piece of Norse mythology called the Wild Hunt, or Åsgårdsreien in Norwegian, meaning the Ride of Asgard. This terrifying legend describes a ghostly procession led by the Norse god Odin himself, who would thunder across the winter skies during the 12 nights of Christmas, accompanied by Valkyries, witches, spirits, and the souls of the dead. Witnessing this supernatural parade was considered a terrible omen that could foretell war, plague, or death. While most modern Norwegians treat this tradition with a knowing wink, it hasn't completely disappeared. Today, it's more about connecting with Norwegian history than genuine fear of witches. But the fact that this tradition persists, hidden in the shadows of Christmas cheer, is a chilling reminder of the ancient fears that still haunt the Norwegian soul. In the Norwegian countryside, there are stones that mark the boundaries between properties. They seem harmless, ancient relics of a simpler time. But to the Norwegians, these stones are sacred, and those who dare to move them are cursed. In Norwegian folklore, a Deildegast is a type of ghost connected with the sanctity of boundary stones. The tradition was most prevalent in the southern parts of Norway. A Deildegast, it was said, does not receive peace in the afterlife as a result of enlarging his own territory while alive by moving the boundary stones dividing his own and his neighbour's land. After dying, the Deildegast was forced to haunt the area near the boundary stones until he was able to lift it back to its correct place. This feat proved impossible, however, as the stone would always slip, causing the Deildegast to emit a sorrowful scream before trying again to no avail. In Norwegian, gast approximately means ghost, but ghosts in Scandinavian folklore are not the ethereal spirits of modern perception. They often have a corporeal body and are violent in nature. The Deildegast was also said to be able to transform into a bird, most often an owl. In human form, it looked like a normal person except for his outdated clothes. A dead man walking, forever trapped in a cycle of futile labour. The threat of becoming a Deildegast deterred any attempt at tampering with border stones, keeping land disputes under control. In Norway, even the land itself is protected by the restless dead. In the dark forests of Norway there are tales of a creature so beautiful, so alluring, that men have been known to lose their minds and their souls. She is the Huldra, the hidden one, and she is not to be trusted. The Huldra is a well-known legend throughout Norway, one of the top 2 most known female figure legends. She appears as a stunningly beautiful woman, often dressed in white, who lures men into the forest. But there is one detail that gives her away, a cow's tail which she tries desperately to hide. If you see a beautiful woman alone in the Norwegian woods, you are wise to check for a tail before you approach. The Huldra folk, as they are collectively known, are commonly believed to live in glorious invisible farms, existing in parallel to human habitation. Humans can't normally see them, but they are always there, watching from the shadows. In some stories, the Huldra is said to be a seductress who steals men away, never to be seen again. In others, she is simply a protector of the forest, punishing those who disrespect nature. The legend is so pervasive that even today, Norwegian parents warn their children to be wary of strangers in the forest. As one Norwegian woman put it, keep your eyes off the Huldri. It's a chilling reminder that in Norway, the wilderness is not empty. It is alive with creatures that have walked the earth long before us, and will walk it long after we are gone. In many cultures, silence is awkward. It is a void to be filled with small talk, with laughter, with any noise that can break the tension. But in Norway, silence is not empty. It is full of meaning. In Norwegian buses, it is not customary to sit next to someone if there are empty seats nearby. Doing so is considered an invasion of personal space. To a foreigner, this might seem cold or unfriendly, but to a Norwegian it is simply respect. Respect for the invisible bubble that surrounds every person. The silence extends to conversation as well. One characteristic that may be odd to foreigners is the long pauses that make up Norwegian conversations. After the laughter, storytelling, and chats about life, don't be surprised if a long, quiet pause follows. The silence isn't awkward to Norwegians. On the contrary, it's comfortable, a chance to catch your breath and for thoughts to settle. And there is another rule that shocks many foreigners. Even acquaintances may not start a conversation and might pretend not to notice you, not out of malice, but to avoid small talk, which in local culture is considered intrusive. In Norway, silence is not a void to be filled, it is a sanctuary to be respected. And woe to the foreigner who tries to fill it with meaningless chatter. Finally, we arrive at a tradition that baffles the outside world. In Norway, high school graduation is not just a ceremony, it is a weeks-long festival of chaos, where almost everything is allowed and society simply watches. The Russefeiring, the Russ celebration, is a tradition where high school students celebrate their upcoming graduation with events and parties over a period of several weeks. Students order special overalls with their names, wear them for weeks, rent or build party buses, and stage dance battles with the police. During this period, teenagers are allowed much more than usual. It's part of an old tradition, and society is very tolerant of it. The Norwegian Russefeiring began in 1905 with the introduction of red Russ caps as a symbol of higher education. But what began as a simple celebration has evolved into something far more extreme. For foreigners, the chaos is almost incomprehensible, but for Norwegians, it's a rite of passage, a brief moment of madness before the responsibilities of adulthood take hold, a tradition that says, before you become a responsible citizen, you must first unleash your inner Viking. From the witches that ride on Christmas Eve to the ghosts that guard ancient stones, from the hidden folk of the forest to the silence that speaks volumes, the customs of Norway are a testament to a culture shaped by isolation, nature, and a deep, abiding respect for the invisible world, a world where the line between myth and reality is thinner than the ice on a winter lake. These aren't just oddities, they are the echoes of an ancient past, woven into the fabric of a modern society. It's a reminder that while the world moves forward, the old ways and the old fears never truly fade. They simply wait in the shadows. If you enjoyed this journey into the strange and bizarre, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an episode. And if this video gave you chills, drop a like and let us know in the comments. What's the strangest custom you've ever heard of? We'll see you in the next one. Thank you for watching. Stay strange.